This is Maths Scholarship Exam Type Question, Part 3. Find derivative of function f of x is equal with ln of under radical 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x. Choose A, negative 2 over sine x. Choose B, negative 1 over cos x. Choose C, negative 2 over cos x. Choose D, negative 1 over sine x. So solution. To solve this question, we are going to be take f of x is equal with ln of under radical 1 plus sine x, 1 minus sine x, sorry. This is a sine. This is a negative 1 minus sine x over 1 plus sine x. Let u is equal with under radical 1 minus sine x over 1 plus sine x. So to solve this question, we are going to be take this function as z, or z is equal with 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x. So dz over dx is equal with 1 minus sine x derivative into 1 plus sine x minus 1 plus sine x derivative times 1 minus sine x, yes, over 1 plus sine x the whole square. Okay, now the first question, dz over dx is equal with, in the bracket, 1 minus sine of x derivative into 1 plus sine of x minus 1 plus sine of x derivative into 1 minus sine of x over the whole 1 plus sine of x square. So now if we derivative this one, 1 minus sine of x derivative is equal with negative, yes, cos x only. We derivative this one times 1 plus sine of x minus, what's the derivative of this one? Is equal with cos of x. Cos x into 1 minus sine x over the whole 1 plus sine of x the whole square. Yes, I think this is clear still. So if we multiply this one with this, it is equal with negative cos x plus what the multiplication of this is a negative because of this one, because of this negative times negative, negative times positive is negative, so we take this one as a negative. So cos x sine x minus what's this, cos x plus cos x times sine x, because of negative times negative is positive, so cos x sine x over the whole 1 plus sine x the whole square. Now it is clear, I think. So negative cos x times okay, this one have to be this time this is equal with negative 2 cos x. So this is negative, this is positive, this is negative. Yes, so this one is cancel out each other. So we cancel this. So what's left out for us? 1 plus sine x the whole square. So dz over dx is equal with negative 2x over negative 2 cos x over 1 plus sine of x the whole square. Since I was saying that dz over dx is equal with negative 2 cos x over 1 plus sine of x the whole square, so d over dz is equal with, in the bracket, z derivative. This is derivative sign. So where did we get this from? Since if you see this question, f of x is equal with ln of under radical 1 minus sine of x 1 plus sine of x, so we take u as the function in the radical, then again we take the function in the radical as z, so as z. So this is equal with under radical of z, yes, under radical of this, so z. So we are going to be differentiate the equation. So du over dx is equal with under radical of z. So if we differentiate this one, this is equal with, what is the value of radical? Is z to the power of 1 over 2 differentiate. So this is equal sign, so this is equal with what? 1 over 2 z the power of 1 over 2 minus 1. So this is equal with 1 over 2 under radical of z. Clear? Under radical of z. This is equal with this one. So now du over dx is equal with dz over dx times du over dz. Since this one is cancelled out, so du over dx. So what's the function of dz over dx? It is equal with this one, negative 2 cos x over 1 plus sine of x the whole square times d over dz is equal with 1 over 2 under radical of z. Yes, under radical of z. So what's the function? What's the value of z? The value of z is equal with what's the value of z? The value of z is equal with 1 plus sine of x. So now this equation is equal with negative 2 cos of x over 1 plus sine of x the whole square times 1 over 2 under radical of, what's the function? What's the value of z? Is equal with 1 minus sine x over 1 plus sine of x. Yes, I'm right. Still 1 plus sine of x. this is equal to this. So to solve this equation, d over dx is equal to negative 2 cos x over 1 plus sine of x the whole square, 1 over 2, this is multiplication, 2 under radical of this. So we have to be factorize this one, So under radical of 1 minus sine x over 1 plus sine x is equal with under radical of 1 minus sine x over 1 plus sine x times, we can take either of denominator or numerator, so no matter how it is. So 1 plus sine x under radical over 1 plus sine of x under radical. So this is, if we cancel out this equation, it is equal with 1. If we cancel out these two, it is equal with 1. Yes, it is 1 over 1. Or it is equal with 1. Yes, it is equal with 1. So we can multiply any function with 1 because it doesn't give any change. So if we solve this equation, we can get cos of x over 1 plus sine of x. We can get this one. This function is equal with this one. Du over dx is equal with negative 2 cos x over 1 plus sine x the whole square times 1 over 2 times cos x over 1 plus sine x. Yes, 1 plus sine x. So we can rearrange this equation as negative 2 cos x over 1 plus sine of x the whole square times, we can rearrange this one as 1 over 2 cos of x times 1 plus sine of x by Matthes's rule. So this one is cancelled out each other. This is 1 plus sine x, this is 1 plus sine x, so 1 is cancelled out, so this square is cancelled out again. Again, we have cos of x, then cos of x, we can cancel out this one. Again, we have 2, then negative 2. Then negative 2 over 2 is equal with 1. This one also cancel out each other. So what's left out for us? It is equal with negative 1 over 1 plus sine of x. Yes, 1 plus sine of x. So, first equation. So d over dx is equal with negative 1 over 1 plus sine of x. So from the first equation, since we have f of x is equal with ln of what the function under the radical, we take this one as u, since we say this one, and the radical of 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x is equal with u. So we can say that u. So df over du is, or the differentiation of f with respect to u is equal with ln of u differentiation. So this is equal with 1 over u times u derivative. So what is u? It is equal with, what is u? It is equal with 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x under radical. Yes, under radical. So we can see this one as 1 over under radical of 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x. Yes. What is u derivative? It is equal with this one, negative 1 over 1 plus sine of x. So this is equal with times 1 negative 1 over negative. This is negative 1 over 1 plus sine of x. So we will say that. This function, if we simplify 1 minus sine of x over 1 plus sine of x, it is equal with, as we calculated previously, negative 1 over this function is simplified to the form cos of x over 1 plus sine of x. This one times negative 1 over 1 plus sine of x. Yes, 1 plus sine of x. So again, we can simplify this equation as 1 over cos of x over 1 plus sine of x. This is 1 times negative 1 over 1 plus sine of x to the form 1 over 1 times, since we can take reciprocal or the reverse, 1 plus sine of x over what? Cos of x times this function, negative 1 over 1 plus sine of x. So we can simplify to this form is equal with, so this one can cancel out this one. So what's left out for us? Negative 1 over cos of x. This is our last answer. So this is our last answer. You see? This is, so we can say that df over dx is equal with negative 1 over cos of x. I think we have this choose. Yes, negative 1 over cos of x. Okay, choose 1, negative 2 over sine of x, negative 1 over cos of x. Here over, we can choose B. This one is the right. Yeah, this one is the right. Negative 1 over cos of x. So if there is anything unclear, you can ask me any question based on what I try to be explained for you guys. Thank you for your time and the consideration. Comment, like, and subscribe the channel.